Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video, I'm going to open up another Softflex Company monthly mystery design kit. This kit retails for $33.95, and I'm going to put the website to where I got the kit down there below in the description bar. It is www.softflexcompany.com. That's where I got the kit from. And right here on this card, this is just an example of what you get in the kit. The beads aren't always the same, of course, but it's an example of the things that you get in the kit. And this kit comes with everything you need to make finished jewelry. And one time when I used this kit, it was a Halloween kit, I ended up making 3 different projects. I made a necklace, earrings, and a ring, and they were all matching, and I still had materials left over where if I wanted to, I could make more jewelry. So it's pretty awesome. So I'm also going to leave a link for their YouTube channel because they do tutorials on these kits. So you'll see down there below in the description bar the link to their website, their YouTube channel, and you're also going to see a link to their Facebook page because every month they reveal this kit for us. And if you want, you can pause the video right now and read about this in case you're interested about the challenge they have where you can get a free kit. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this kit. The theme for this month is called Peace and Love. And what I'm going to do is open this up and refer back to this and read off the items that are in the kit. Alright, so let's see. I love how they package it. It's so darn cute and very affordable packaging too. But really cute. Oh my gosh, look at those. Wow, that's trans amazing. Oh my gosh, the pink one. I've never seen that one before. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be fun. So, Peace and Love. So it's like a hippie kind of thing. This looks like a lot of fun. And you know, they always have the Jesse James mix in here, and I love these mixes. They are so much fun. Okay, and I like to do that last because I have to cut the bag open. So I'm gonna go through all of this stuff here. Wow, I have this in a 4mm, this black AB in my stash. I have this in 4mm in my stash too, the half copper. And I have this color in Checkmates, the 2-hole square checkmate beads. And this here is absolutely incredible. I've got this kind of bead before, but in subscription boxes, but they've only gave me like 3. Anyways, I've made a ring with this, maybe 2 rings. I'll have to go and look through my pictures, but I will put a picture up now of the ring that I made with this style of bead. It is barrel shaped, but it's faceted. Every time I see this style of bead, it always has swirls in it in beautiful colors. It's really incredible. So I'll put a picture up for you guys in case you want to go make that ring. Okay, and this is just mind-blowing. I've never seen that color before. And the pips. Okay, let's go to this though. First thing is Softflex Antique Copper Color 0.019 medium beading wire. Oh my gosh. Look at this color. So again, it's called Antique Brass. I have the gold one in my stash, but I thought I also had brass. But they don't look as pretty as this. That's really gorgeous. It actually looks like, instead of beading wire, it looks like wire. So that's really exciting. I love that. Metallics by Softflex. That's really cool. Okay, and then Softflex 2x2mm sterling silver crimp beads. I love their crimp beads. They are the best quality. And I'll get this staple off here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here are the crimp tubes. These are amazing quality. Every time I use them, I have to be very careful that I love my design, because one time I used these, I created my design, and for some reason I had to undo the one side. Maybe I forgot a bead or something, or I wasn't happy with the pattern, and I thought that I could reopen the crimp to reuse the wire, and I could not. I could not open the crimp. It was so strong. I was not able to do it, and I usually am able to do it with the cheaper crimps, so they're amazing quality. Okay, so love the crimps, and then the next thing is silver-plated ear wires with ball. Here are the ear wires, and these ear wires are great. Dump this out, and there's 4 in here. Yes. Now, whenever I use these ear wires, I like to bend them down more to where this area here is closed more, because I do find that with my earlobes, this style kind of falls out on me. So I get the round. You can do mandrel pliers, or you can also do just round needle nose pliers, but put this on the largest point of the pliers, or you can even use a pencil and just bend this down slightly. And make sure that if you do this, that you do 2 pairs, that you do a pair at a time. So instead of doing 1, do 2 at a time in your pliers, okay, like this. This way, they are bent the same exact way, because look, see, these are matching. You could tell because when you line them up, it looks like I'm holding 1. So make sure you bend them together if you do that. Whenever I make my ear wires, I make them in pairs. I make them 2 at a time, so they're always perfectly matching. Alright, so after that, silver-plated lobster claw clasp. They always have the prettiest lobster claws. They're very nice. And then peach metallic check glass fire polish beads. Fire polish rounds. I think that's this. Peach metallic. It doesn't say the size, but this is an 8mm bead. And like I said, I do have it in my stash, but I thought it was copper. This might actually be peach. I have the color of my nails, this purple color. I have a metallic purple. It's like this lavender color here. And check fire polish beads. So this could be peach. I also think that I have it in pink and maybe like a blue color in my stash. Anyways, those are gorgeous. So I'm going to put those at the top. I'm going to rebag this. I'm going to set everything that I've already done up here. I did the crimps already. And then Green Girl Studios Peace Dove Charm. This is so cute. She has amazing stuff. Oh, I love this. It's double-sided. It's so pretty. It's really adorable. And I'll put this in the baggie too. Okay, and then, oh, there's other stuff on here. Okay, and then Jesse James Beads Custom Mix. The theme is peace and love. It has all the colors that's in this bag. Orange, pink, the peachy colors. Wow, look at that check bead. That one right there. Those are hard to find. I've never seen it in that color. There's a toggle in there. I didn't know they put a clasp in these bags. Maybe they have always done it, I just don't remember. I don't know, or maybe it's done exclusively for this company. Now it says items available at softflexcompany.com, launching July 27th. The next thing is Rose Check Glass Pips. These are so awesome. I love pip beads. I've done tutorials with these. I think I've made some rings with them. I'll put some pictures up of things that I've done with pips in case you're interested. But these here are pretty awesome. Every time I look at them, I think of flowers. I can't help it. The next thing is hot pink. This faceted check glass rounds. This is so incredible. They are matte. And you know what? In my stash, I have the neon super duos. I wonder if this is the shade, same pink shade that I have. In mine, I would have to look. Those are really cool though. Really cool. Next thing is orange swirl faceted check glass barrels. These. You know, I think I would have to say that this is my favorite strand in the box. Because it's extremely long, and like I said, every time I've gotten these in other subscription boxes, I've only got 3 of the beads. So I knew they must be extra special. Yeah, and this color is just amazing, and I love that every bead is different. It's just incredible, and these are really cool to weave with, so I really love that. This has to be my favorite strand. I haven't gone to that yet, but out of the strands, that one's my favorite, that orange one. Okay, next thing is black and blue. What, is this right? I did the black and blue pearl check glass rounds. These aren't pearls, these are trucks. But it's a black AB. And they're 8mm, doesn't say the size, but that's what size they are. And these are awesome. I love how they can do this. They're really cool. I think I have a cut button that has this in my stash. A color in there. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so that's all the strands, the little packages, the wire. Let's go to the beads. Alright, let's open this. And I don't remember, is this open on the bottom? Yes and no. Okay, almost got it. Okay, got all the beads out. Exclusively designed for Softflex Company. That's so awesome. Okay, let's go for the mix. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this. I love that. I would like to use this for macrame. That's what I would do. Oh, there's 2 of them. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to move this paper out of the way because it kind of messes with the light in my camera. So there are, I don't know if you've ever had Jesse James beads before, but they always do this thing where they will give you pairs of beads. And every time I make a project with Jesse James beads, it's so perfect how they make this little bundle of beads here. I've done so many necklaces with their packets. It's just amazing how they thought to make it like this. Anyways, there's a pair of these, and it looks like there's a crystal inside. This is a filigree ball. That's really cool. Now, because there's so many holes in it, instead of just using this for a bead, you can pass a few wires in here. I think it might have been the last box that I got. That's funny. There's several, there's 2 beads stuck in this. I'll get them out. But anyways, I think it was last time I got a box, not a box, a Softflex mystery design kit, and I got these in it. There was a pair of them, and I thought, you know, instead of me stringing it on like a bead or using it like a connector, because I've done jump rings, like you can put a jump ring on one end, like this end here is perfect for jump ring, and a jump ring over here. Instead of me doing stuff like that, what if I use this as like a spacer bar? And so I did, and I had one on each side of the necklace, and I used it to, I had 2 strands down here, I think it was 2, and I went up through this, and it was perfect, and I came out the top, and I merged my 2 strands into 1 strand. I'll put a picture up of what I'm talking about. But these were awesome for that. And I think that this here would also work just like this did. So those are cool. See the little holes all over? I think there's a lot of possibilities with these. So this has 2 beads stuck in it, and I'm gonna try to get them out. I'm gonna find the biggest hole it went into. That's so weird that happened. Okay, there's one, and there's the other. Okay, so there's another one of those caged crystals. It's actually a brilliance cut stone in there. Okay, I love these little spacers. And looks like there's 6 of them. There's always the perfect amount of beads in these boxes. Oh, more. There's 8. Yeah, those are so cool. And then these 2 awesome crystals here with the holes on each side. And we have orange teardrops. This is gorgeous. Those are really pretty. And I feel like I'm getting out of frame, so I'm just going to move some stuff up here. Okay. And then this is my favorite bead in here. I love these. There's 6 of them. This shape is really hard to find, and when you do find it, it's very expensive. This is the biggest version I've seen of this bead. This comes in different sizes. It's really pretty. I love the swirls. Those are awesome. So those gotta be my fave. And then we have these here. These are acrylic. I love these beads. They're very sparkly. There's several in here. Look how sparkly. Isn't that awesome? So I like those a lot. I think it's actually a rondelle shape. And then we have these hot pink bicones. These are glass. There's several of those. This looks more peachy now that I have this strand next to those. So there's those. And then we have these here. These are check rectangles. These are also gorgeous. It looks like the same color. I think this is more clear in it, and then that one there is more opaque color. These here are, I thought they were check, maybe they're not. These here are faceted teardrops. These are metallic pink though. Half of it's clear, half of it is metallic. Like this copper bead here. And then these are gorgeous. This is a Chinese crystal. Look at that color. So this is an orange swirl, and there is like a luster finish over top. Those are gorgeous. And then we have this beautiful toggle. Oops. I love the toggle. And we have these here check. And then we have these beautiful burnt orange pearls. Those are gorgeous. And this rondelle. This one's different. I've never seen this one before. Has a large hole with the crystals on the sides. Those are pretty. So this is pretty epic. Hello everybody, I am back, and the video that you just saw of me opening the kit was actually filmed a while ago. Remember, I've told you in recent videos how I got sick and it's causing me to become behind on videos. So anyways, I filmed that opening some time ago, and I was kind of bummed out that I was like late to do this tutorial, but then I went on to softflexcompany.com and I discovered that they still have, I think it's 22 of these kits available at the time that I'm filming this video. And so what I'm going to do is link this exact kit, the Peace and Love kit, right down there below in the description bar, and you guys can go and get it and make these 3 projects along with me. Alright, so when I first started playing with this kit, I thought I would do a necklace because that's what I usually love to do, the Soft Flex kit and the Jesse James beads. And I did create a necklace, and I have a picture to show you. I'll put it up now. Now, when I made the necklace, I realized, I love making over-the-top, bold, out of this world, one-of-a-kind pieces. But that necklace just seemed so weird to me. It was bizarre. It was too much. The colors in this are very bright, and I felt like it was just overdone, and it was not good enough. I was not happy with it. And so I was like, well, I'm always doing necklaces. Let's do bracelets. Let's do several bracelets. And so the first bracelet I made was this one here. And what really inspired this was this here. This was a pendant. It was in the necklace. And I wrapped the wire around this so that the wire was doubled on each corner, even on the back side. And I didn't have a loop here. I just had a loop at the top because I made it into a pendant. And I did that with one piece of wire. And what inspired me to do this was a project that I did for Soft Flex a while ago. It was the Dr. Seuss kit that they had. I'll put a picture up now of the necklace I made. Look at the black pendant. So that pendant was actually a gemstone, and it had a nice size hole where I can wire wrap it, and it just turned out so awesome. I love that. I actually did 2 videos on that. I did the necklace, and I did a video showing how to wire wrap that pendant. I'll put the picture for the pendant video up now. So if you want, you can go back and watch both of those, but if you just want to know how to do the wire wrapping for that rectangle bead, just watch the pendant tutorial. And I'm sure you guys have beads in your stash right now that are square or rectangle, and you can do that with. Now, I use a gemstone, but it also works for lampwork glass and beads that have larger holes. And you can also use smaller gauge wire to accommodate your bead so you can wire wrap it. Anyways, so I got inspiration from a piece that I made a while back to do this here. And I use bronze wire because the bead stringing wire that we got here is bronze. And I really like the bronze with this and the silver. It looks so good. So I did that, and then I did some little, I had some teardrop beads, and I made dangles, and I made sure that I made the Soft Flex loop here large so I can add all those on. And then I strung some beads on, and I was going to do all hot pink, and like, no, it's just too much, it's too bright. So I put the black in there, and I really like it with the black. So I was very happy with this piece, and I did finish it because this was just simple crimping. But I am going to show you guys how to make this here because Soft Flex, actually it was Jesse James, the bags, had 2 of these. Now this one's actually rectangle, and that one's more square, but it will still work. Alright, so I'll show you how to wire wrap that. It's very easy and it's a lot of fun. And then over here, I still had beads left over, and I did a stretch bracelet, a simple one. I really wanted to use this charm. It's double-sided and gorgeous. And so first, I was going to do these here in the bracelet. And I had the orange tassel. I'm like, whoa, that is way too much orange. I have to tone it down. I love orange, but you can totally overdo bright colors, and it just makes it look like it's just too much. So I did the black ones, and it looks really awesome with the black ones. And I did seed beads in between. And then I had these large hole acrylic beads here. Rondelles. They're so awesome, and they are perfect for hiding your knots in. So I hid my knot right here in the center one. And the tassel here, I actually made this tassel with the white and orange twine that the kit was wrapped in. So what I did is I split the thread, I took the white off, and I just wanted the orange, and I used my, what's it called? The travel size Naughty Do-It-All board. You can also use a larger one to make the tassel. You can also use a tassel maker, and some people even make these by hands on cards and stuff, but I use the cord from the twine. It's kind of funny. And I actually wrapped it here with a hot pink Superlon cord that I had, and I've always loved making decorative tassels, so I did seed beads here. And the seed beads that I'm using, wait, before I go to the seed beads, if you want to know how to make tassels, I've done a few videos on the tassels. I'll put pictures up now. All you have to do is put that title in that you saw in the picture, and you'll find the tutorial to make tassels. But I just wrapped the thread around, and I do this technique where I slide two ends opposite ways underneath the coils. One goes that way, one goes this way, pull it tight, and then I tied together in an overhand knot the cords. I put my beads on, tied a knot at the ends, and I fringed it with lighter. So anyways, yeah, I made that tassel from the twine, and I did add some jump rings here. I was just going to string this charm on to the bracelet, but it was too stiff. And with jewelry, after years of making it, it's very important to have a lot of movement. So I put jump rings on here so it moves around freely and it's not stiff. And I just really love this piece. It's so simple, but it's really cute. So anyways, after I did this, oh, back to the seed beads. I have so much stuff to tell you guys. So I use these seed beads here that I recently got in a haul. I thought these were chatons, but then I realized they're not perfectly round like chatons, and so I went on the internet and I searched for faceted seed beads, and I found out that these are actually called check 3-cut or triple cut seed beads. And oh my gosh, I'm in love with these. They are so gorgeous. They're not perfectly uniform like the chatons, but they just have so much character. Some of them are actually barrel shaped, which kind of looks like a hex cut seed bead. But man, these are just gorgeous, and they are the sparkliest. I think they're more sparkly than chatons. 3 cuts on them, they're awesome. So anyways, I use these in between the 8mm drucks, and I also use them here because they are so sparkly, and they look like metal. I don't even think they look like glass. Anyways, after I did these two, I still had a bunch of beads left over. I'm like, wow. As you know, bead weaving is my thing, and I wanted to do another stretch bracelet, but I wanted to weave it, which you guys don't see a lot. Most stretch bracelets are just a single strand. And so I thought, well, there's some beautiful beads left here. That bead is so pretty. I'm going to make that my centerpiece and go back to a previous design that I made years ago, my Hugs and Kisses pattern. I'll try and find a picture for that bracelet. That was a long time ago. Now, that bracelet is made with graduated bead sizes. So 4mm, 6mm, 8mm, and these beads here are all way bigger than the beads that I used in that bracelet. I didn't even measure them, but I do think that these are like 10mm bicones, 10mm check fire polish. This one's probably 12. I have no idea how big that center bead is. I should have measured, but it's pretty large. But we actually see this is a Chinese crystal here. We actually see this bead a lot in the Jesse James bead strands, and I see them all the time at Joann's and Michael's, but it has worked perfectly for this pattern here. And some of you might even have a bead like this in your stash. And I even think that a round bead would work. It doesn't have to be oval. So I want you guys to really experiment with this project here. And then for the rest of the bracelet, I did the peach, the orange, and the black ones, which are perfect for tying my knot in. So I will be tying my knot in there. Now I have all these strings in here because I was going to show you what I'm going to make, and then I'm going to take it apart before I make it. But it is stretchy. There's no clasp. Look at how good it stretches. It's really awesome. And what we're going to do is we're going to weave this up here with monofilament, also known as fishing line, and then we're going to do the elastic and the stretchy for the rest of the bracelet. I haven't seen anybody do a stretch bracelet like this before. I have seen like wooden bead stretch bracelets and some seed beads stretch bracelets, but those were like all loom projects. I haven't seen anybody do anything like this before, but there are so many different ways you can make a stretch bracelet, especially with bead weaving, and this is just one that I came up with, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So let's go ahead and start this. Sorry, there's so much talking, but I had a lot to tell you guys. There's a lot to explain here. So these are the leftover beads that I do have, and if I wanted to, I could make another bracelet, and I think I would do these here. Another stretch. I don't think I could do that weave again. I don't have enough. But I could do a simple stretch like this, and maybe have like these here in my center, maybe that as my center. And I did wire wrap these because I was going to use them in the necklace, and then I ended up not using them. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to wire wrap this crystal. Wire wrapping this crystal is very easy, and this crystal, by the way, is a chandelier crystal. There's a hole on each side, and I do have some of these in my stash. They're somewhere under my bed. I would have to go on a hunt for them, but I have got these before. I actually have acrylic ones in purple. They're smaller than this, but they would work the same way. Now, I'm using 24 gauge wire to do this, but you can also use a 26 gauge. Basically, you just want to accommodate your hole size and the stone that you're wrapping. So 24 gauge and 26 is great for this. And what you're going to do is cut two 7-inch lengths of your 24 or 26 gauge wire. As you can see, I already have my 2 wires cut here. And you're going to need pliers. You're going to need a round nose plier, chain nose plier, and a wire cutter. But we're going to be actually doing most of the work with our hands. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take one of my 7-inch lengths of either 26 gauge or 24 gauge wire. And I'm going to pass the wire through the crystal, and I want to have a 2-inch tail on this side because I'm going to twist the 2 wires together and make a wire wrapped loop. So I need about 2 inches in order to do that. So I'm going to go like this. I'm coming out of the back side here. I'm looking in the camera and I can't see what I'm doing here. Pass through a little bit more. Okay, so there's 2 inches. I'm going to bend that up on the back, and bending it is also making this an anchor for us so the wire doesn't pass through. And I'm going to wrap around the front, going around to the back, okay, like this, holding this wire here down so it doesn't go through. I'm going to pass this end through here, okay, pulling this through. Because this is a thin gauge, it's really easy to work with. So, see, there's my tail coming out here, going around to the back, going through this hole. So you want to make sure that's tight and that it's not lifted up. Okay, you want to make sure this is kind of centered there. And then I'm going to wrap around the front again like this. Okay, I'm on the back now. I'm going to pass this tail through here. Pull that through. So it looks like this. So I have 2 wires on this side and 2 wires on this side. Now I have this tail over here. So see, like that. So I will be twisting these 2 together, making a wire wrap loop, but for now I can't do that. I have to leave it like this and start my second wire. So it doesn't matter if you go through here through the front or back, because it's going to end up looking the same. But I do want to get my tail long enough. Okay, let's see. 2 inches. Okay, like this. Now I'm not going to wrap it here because I already have a wire there. I'm going to wrap it this way. So I'm going to turn this around, hold this with my thumb, and wire wrap this way. And see, I'm overlapping that wire there. Okay, so I'm going to hold this in place and pass this wire through. Now sometimes it's a little tricky to get through here. I am able to now, but if you're doing more wraps, it gets a little tricky. So pull this wire through, okay, and you have to use your thumb to push this down and pull it tight. Okay, so you see that there. And now I have to make a pass here, or wrap there. I say pass because I'm a bead weaver. So I'm going to go like that, turn this around, and you could see that you have to make another line there. So then I'm just going to go through here and pull that through. And you want to press your wires down with your fingers and pull these tight. Okay, and then once you got them tight, pinch your wire straight again, hold tight, bend it straight. Now what I'm going to do is take my cutters and I'm just going to cut these so they are even. And then I'm going to come in here with my chain nose plier and I'm going to bend it like this. See that? Just so that they meet. See how it's gapped over here? So I'm just going to do that. Anyways, basically you just want to get them together like that. Now, I didn't trim this side, so I'm going to trim that. Now they're even. Now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and hold the end way down here, hold them side by side, and I'm going to twist this. I like a messy wrap on this because it looks so cool. It gives it a vintage look. And I just keep wrapping till I'm satisfied, basically. That's what it looks like. Doing this is also work hardening, and I want this wrap here to be closer down, so there we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a wire wrap loop. So I'm going to bend that a little bit, come in here, wrap this around. Now you're going to want to figure out how big you need this loop to be in case you want to put charms in this for whatever you're making. Maybe you have some of these in your stash now. You need to figure out, does this need to be large? Are you going to put this onto a cord? Are you going to put extra dangles on it? Now I didn't put dangles on this one, but you will have to figure out, are you going to put a big clasp on it like this here? So with this, I put the toggle on, so I just bent that open a little bit, slid my toggle on, and then I held this with my chain nose and I wire wrapped this here. And you can do it with your fingers or another plier. But yeah, you have to figure out how big does that loop need to be. And I do like it kind of big. When I put this onto the necklace, when I first made it, I had the, it's not here, is it? I had those skinny beads I used in the other bracelet. They were like oval but faceted, and I had them touching each other. So this was not resting on the wire, it was resting on the beads. I also like to rest bales like this onto seed beads when I make projects. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to wire wrap this. And I just do a messy wrap, and I even over wrap it to where it's just all laying on itself because it looks really cool. Okay, and it's pretty easy to do. You can do it with your fingers, as you can see, because it's a thin gauge wire. Okay, and let's see, do a little bit more here, pinch this, and then cut off the extra and tuck that tail in. Perfect. Now I have my loop going this way, but if you needed to, depending on what you're making, you can turn it the other way. Especially if you have a toggle that doesn't have a loop like this, and your loop on your toggle is going like that, then you would want to bend that. And you could bend it right now. You didn't have to bend it earlier in case you know, go realize that you have to have it going in a different direction. You can change it any time because it bends for you. So I'm going to twist this end too. And I gotta tell you guys, I really want to show you how to make the pendant because I think it's actually cooler than this connector here that I'm making. But I have no idea how long this video is. Okay, so I'm just wire wrapping. I'm probably going to fast forward this, speed this section up here. And this one side of these pliers is round and the other side's flat, and it has these lines in it so I can make consistent loop sizes. And I do make for this one about the second one there. It's just for consistent. Oops, so it's a little bit smaller. A little bit more, a little bit more. Right there. Hold this. And there we go, we have our connector. And like I said, if you need this to be turned a different direction, you just grab it and go like that. Really easy. Awesome. I love this. Now, this can also be done with bead stringing wire, but you're going to have to use crimps. And when you come out here with your wire, you're going to have to put slide a crimp on, get what I'm saying? And then loop it back through your crimp, and then you would flatten your crimp. But that would take more experimenting, but I do believe it can be done with bead stringing wire. And soft flex would be the wire to do it with, but I don't think that medium size that I got in the box or in this kit would work. I think it would have to be thinner. Pretty thin. Alright, now once you get this made, you can play with these wires here. I like to bend them in like this. You can use your fingernails. You can use pliers like I've done. I love these ones here because I have a small tip. Go like this and squeeze it. See this pretty pattern that I'm getting? Like that. You can play with these here. Like, I feel that these should be separated a little bit better. Have the X on this side. See, that just changed the shape. Here, this looks better. You could do this side too. You can bend the wires outward, but I like them inward. It just looks really neat. This wire I'm using is actually tarnished, but it looks so much like the pewter. See, it's like a gray. It was silver wire, but it tarnished to a gray color, but it looks just like that pewter. Now I'm going to show you how to make the Hugs and Kisses stretch bracelet. The first part we're going to do is the monofilament part, and that's the Hugs and Kisses pattern on the top of the bracelet using these beads here that are very decorative looking. And I went ahead and I cut 3 feet of 10-pound monofilament, and I'm just going to slide my tray up to here because I'm only going to be working with these beads for now, and then these here will be for the stretch part of the bracelet. So I'm going to pick up a bicone and slide this on. Okay, and then on each side I'm going to pick up these, I think they're 10mm check fire polish, and I also believe that the bicone is 10mm. So sliding those down. Okay, I now have this. Then I'm going to pick up this black one here, which I have no idea what size this is. I should have got my caliper out. I lost my small caliper, but my electric one is packed away, so I'd have to go find that. But anyways, if you get this kit, you don't need to know what the sizes are. Okay, so just crisscrossing through the black one. If this is 10mm though, Maybe that's 12 or 14, but really the measurements do not have to be precise for this. If you remember back to my Hugs and Kisses pattern, I used way smaller beads for this project. So I'm crisscrossing to that black one, sliding that down. On each needle, I'm going to pick up a bicone, slide that down, okay, and then my orange center bead, and I'm going to crisscross through this one. Pull the ends, and we should have what looks like this. Okay, I'm going to repeat this pattern again, so a bicone on each side, crisscross through the black bead, like that, and then this hot pink fire polish on each side, and then crisscross through this bicone. Make sure that your monofilament doesn't twist. Whenever we crisscross, sometimes the monofilament will do that number to us. See that? It's like tying a knot in the bead. You do not want that to happen. Always make sure you're just crossing through the bead and not twisting. So bring this down and pull this, and you should have what looks just like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my seed beads, and I'm going to do 4 on each side. And I'm doing it in this little dish here because I'm using a felt mat. This mat here is felt, and when I go to pick up beads in this, because it's felt and this is weaved, like it's like matted, the needle or the ends of my monofilament gets stuck and it flicks the beads. It won't allow me to pick it up. It's not like a bead mat. So never use felt for projects where you're using needles. Now bead mats, those are not felt. Okay, 4 beads again on this side. And then I'm going to pick up 1 and crisscross through it. Now these seed beads I'm using, they're either 11/0 or 10/0. I'm not sure. Like I said, I bought them in a second hand. See, cross through like that. But really, you can use 11/0s, 10/0s, you could probably even use 8/0s. Now what you're just gonna do, you would probably use, if you're doing regular 11/0s, you probably use more than I'm using. But basically, the goal is to get where you cross through at to be in the center, right here, in the center, when you cross through. See, it's in the center. That's the goal. So you might have to pick up 5 on each side and cross through 1, or 6 on each side and cross through 1. So there's a lot of wiggle room with this project. I'm going to do 4 again. Okay, 4 on this side. And then I'm going to pick up another one and cross through this one. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm screwing up. I already crossed through a seed bead. I'm supposed to cross through this black one. So there's one side, and then here's this side. Okay, careful you don't come out of the seed bead. Pull this tight. Looks good. Now this bead here has a little dimple right there in the glass, so I'm just going to flip it over to the other side, and this will be my top. Now I have to make sure that it's not loose over here, and it does seem like it is. So I'm just going to loosen this up, pull this tight, stick my finger in here and pull that tight, and then go back to these. Come on, it's getting loose again. Look at that. There we go. Okay, just do some fidgeting, getting my... It's tight now. Okay. So I'm going to do the X pattern again. Four again. 2, 3, 4. Slide those down. Okay, now I'm going to crisscross through another seed bead. Okay, and then after you crisscross through seed bead, then you have to crisscross through the bigger bead. So that's what I have. I'm going to pick up 7 on this side. First I did 6, but I don't know, it was just kind of laying funny. 5, 6, 7. Right? Yes. Okay, and I'll leave it on this side. I can go through that middle one now, but I'll do them together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, slide these down. Now I'm going to crisscross to the center here. Pull it, and it looks like this. Man, this bead here in the middle, I have these in my stash, and so far I've only seen them in 3 sizes. I've seen them smaller than this, so then I would say this is a medium size, and I've also seen them bigger than this. And I'm even tempted to use a really big one, but I would have to increase the size of these. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Yes. And then 7 on this side. I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to swap my hands. You know what? I should zoom in. I'm too far away, aren't I? Like that. Okay, I don't have any yet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, I have to pick up another one and crisscross through this one. So it looks like that. And then pick up 4 again. Okay. Slide those down. You can pass through that black bead now if you want, but I'm just going to go through the other one. Go for the other one, and then I'll do them together. So I have 3 and 4. Okay. So take this side, go through the black bead. This is so easy. And then take the other side, cross the black bead. Now I have this. Repeat again. We're going to do 4 again. Slide those down, do the other side. Now remember, the Hugs and Kisses bracelet, I also made that design into a ring and earrings. And later on, I ended up making another ring with those faceted orange barrels that came in this box. So there's my 4 beads, each side. I now have to crisscross through a new bead. So I have this, and then 4 again. And I'm going to cross through this bicone. Take my other string, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Through this bicone. I now have this. Okay. Now we have these gaps here on the back side. I like to fill these in because I feel like it just gives it a better shape. Also, it makes it curve on one side so that it's not flexible like this. It's more curved like this to go around your wrist. So I'm going to pick up 1 bead. I'm going to do one side at a time. 1 seed bead, go through this fire polish, pick up another seed bead, go through this fire polish, pick up 3 for this area because it is a bigger gap, go through here, see, 1 again, go through here, go to this side, do the same thing, but I'm now working towards me. Pick up 1, just go through the 1 bead there, 1 again. You know, I would say that these are kind of like the size of the 11-0 toe hose. You know how 11-0 toe hose are just a little bit bigger than 11-0 Miyuki or 11-0 check? That's what they're kind of like. So maybe they're like a Toho. See how they're kind of like cylinder? Some of them are like cylinder shaped. So I'm in the middle. I have to pick up 3 here. 2. Oh, I lost it. There's 2. And 3 through here. Now, after I get done adding these last seed beads, I'm not going to knot it. I want to put my stretch cord on this. And I worry, I feel like in this last hole here, I worry that if I pull it tight after knotting, that I will have a hard time getting my stretch cord to pass. So, just like that. And I'm going to put 1 on this corner and 1 on this corner. Go through here. Okay. And pull this tight. Here's one side. Here's the other side. Okay. This is so pretty. Now what I'm going to do is get my stretch cord. Okay, I'm going to use 26 inches of this. I think I would be okay with 2 feet, 24 inches, but I'll zoom out again. I worry that it might be a little short, and I don't want anybody to be irritated that it's too short. So I think 26 will be just fine. Okay, now we're going to work with these beads. So I'm going to get my cord. I want to pre-stretch this. And by the way, I think this is, it's 26 inches long. I think this is 1 millimeter, but I didn't get this off of a spool because I get subscription boxes all the time, and they cut like, I don't know, like 3-foot lengths, and they give them away in the boxes all the time. I'm trying to use those because I have so many pieces that are already cut. So, I don't know if this is 1 millimeter or 7. I kind of want to say it's 1. But, you can use either size for this. Okay, so I'm just pre-stretching this. I folded it in half. Pre-stretching. I do it several times. Now, I'm going to take the cord, one end, and I'm going to feed this through my bicone. Maybe I should go through this side. I'm gonna go for this side. Okay, so just weave this through, or feed it through. Here I am. Okay, so I'm gonna put my beads onto this, and I'm gonna come back through over here once I get all my beads on, and then I'm gonna go back down, and I'm gonna tie knots in the stretchy part with the stretch cord. And then I will tie knots with this and this here. But first I just wanted to make sure that I had enough room to pass my cord through before I tie knots. So now what I'm going to do is center my cord because I need my tails to be even because we're going to do 2 needle right angle weave. So just bringing this down, making sure that it's centered. Okay, I'm just gonna set that over there, and I'm gonna pick up these 8 millimeter. These are 8 millimeter, these are 6, and I'm going to slide them down. Okay, 1 on each side, like that. And my first bead is gonna be one of these acrylic beads that have big holes. I will tie my knot in this bead. I'll hide it in there later on. Not in this exact bead, it's going to be on the other side. But go like that, crisscross through it, bring it down. I'm going to put my ends together, make sure they're even, and see if that's still centered, because sometimes it will move on me. Okay, and it is, so now I'm just going to keep going. I love doing this part because it's pretty much mindless. Slide an 8 millimeter flower polish down each side. Okay, and now I'm going to do a pearl. Now these pearls, these are glass pearls, and sometimes what will happen is the paint will clog the hole and the hole will look tiny. So what I did is I took my bead awl and I just went like this to make sure that the hole was open. I pushed the paint. See this one here? This one was closed more. I went like that, pushed it in so the paint would expand and the hole would open. You don't want to use a bead reamer for this. It's glass. It will crack, and you're supposed to do it underwater, which nobody tells you when you first start out. I've ruined so many lampwork beads trying to make the holes bigger, and no one said anything about using water. And I will never ever ream beads again in my life because I had a really bad experience with that. So anyways, you're just basically just expanding the paint so the holes open on the sides, right? And then you're going to take your stretch cord, pass it through the bead like this, a few inches. Take the cord and stretch it out so that it's thin inside the bead. So now the cord is actually thinner because we're stretching it, so it's wrapped around my finger so you can cut off circulation. I'm going to take the other string and I'm going to cross through here. So this hole was just a little bit smaller than that black bead. Now I'm going to bring this down, and I have to, when I bring this one down, I have to pull the sides tight, and I do go back. I go like this and I pull these, bring that down, because it's a smaller hole. You'll feel that it's dragging. Okay, so I'm still centered. That's great. Now I'm going to do this again. This side. So it's just that pearl that has a smaller hole. And then I'm going back to the black. I love these faceted rondelles. I have some in my stash, but they're bigger. But they're really sparkly. Okay, one on each side. One on each side. I'm back at the pearl. So remember, I go through the pearl, pull a few inches through, go like this, pull this side, and stretch it, hold it down with between these two fingers. So you can also go like this and stretch it. And it just makes it thin, so I can crisscross through with my other cord. So I'm gonna go like this, and then hold here and pull this one through. Okay. Every time you do that pearl though, because it has a smaller hole, you have to go back and do this little stretchy thing like that. You don't want any looseness in there, right? Good. Okay, and then again, one on each side. Oops. I'm back to the black one. Cross through this one. You can also do this with wooden beads, by the way, because they have large holes. Okay, one on each side. And I'll show you how to do this pearl one again, and then I'm going to fast forward. Like that. Again, pick up a pearl, pass through with one cord. Stretch this, slide that bead down, stretch this, wrap it around here. Okay, then see I put both of my fingers on those cords. You could stretch here too. It thins the cord because it's stretching it, and then pass through the pearl. And again, go back and stretch these out. See how loose it is right there? There's a lot of slack there. So I just go back, stretch these. If you want, you can make a bracelet that is just this over and over. And do you guys remember the chevron bracelet that I made with 4mm check fire polish beads? You can also do that with 6mm, with 8mm beads, and you can do stretch cord. Now that bracelet, I'll have a picture for you. It looks like that might be a stretch bracelet, but it is not. I made that bracelet with monofilament, and I made it just like a bangle to where it slides right over your hand. So it does not stretch at all, but it is made so perfectly. Oh my gosh, I love that bracelet. I think about it all the time. I would like to have more of those. If you want to watch that video, just put the title in that you saw in that picture, and you can go and watch it. But you could do this same thing with that design, where it's 3 rows of right angle weave. Okay, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to fast forward, and when I get back, I'll show you how to finish this. I'm back, and my finished bracelet, by the way, is going to be like 7 3/4 right here, I do have to add 2 more beads, so I went down 1/4 of an inch, and then it's right here, 7 3/4. So 7 3/4 to 8 inches. If you want it smaller, this is important. You're gonna have to end with the black acrylic bead. We started with it, we're ending with it. We have to end with it because it has a big hole, and that's where we tie our knot. So if you're making this smaller, you would take all of these off. Well, I'm gonna go up. You would take these off. There's gonna be, you can't even see. These 2 are gonna be here for me. Okay, it'll be 8 inches. If you want it shorter, you have to take these off. Take the orange out because you have to end with this bead. Then it's gonna be 7 inches. Okay, so I'm actually gonna take off 1 2 3 4 5 6, including this orange pearl. So it'll be like that. You have to end with this bead because the knot has to go there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I have to get my board back. I'm gonna go back and check what I did. If it seems like it's loose down here, then you're gonna wanna hold this tight. You could tell when you stretch it how it feels. So grab the middle one, go like this, slide that middle one down. Okay, just like that. Now I'm gonna connect this. Let's see, both of my cords are perfectly even. I'm gonna connect this to this side, so I have to pick up 1 check fire polish, slide it down, don't worry about getting loose there, and I'm gonna pass through this bicone. I'm only going to do this with one side because I can only do it with one side. I'm going to get my tweezers and I'm going to feed this through. My seed beads covering it. There we go. Just had to move the seed bead out of the way. So I pull this through. Okay. I'm going to pick up another fire polish with the same cord. And then I'm going to pull that one. Did I just put the wrong side through? No, my bracelet flipped over. There we go. Okay. Like this. There's the top. This is flat. Right here is where my knot is going to go. So I'm just pulling these 2 cords. I'm going to tie a surgeon's knot. I think I'll do this first and then go to the monofilament. So over and under once, bring this down. Remember, I have to pull my cord into that black acrylic bead. Okay, and then I'm going to go over and under twice. 1 and 2. Actually, it does not look like 2. You know what? I think I could have done 3 feet of stretch cord, or not 3 feet, 2 feet, and I would have been fine. Okay, so I'm pulling this, bringing this knot down, pulling that tight, bringing that knot down, pulling that tight. Okay, I'm going to tie another surgeon's knot over and under once, bring that down, over and under twice, bring this down, pull it tight, and you know, you can really tie the knot as big as you want, as long as you can hide it in your bead. So let me see. I'm gonna put one side through. It's in there. But do I want to tie it bigger so that it really gets jammed in there? I think I do. So I'm going to tie another surgeon's knot. One time. Two. By the way, I don't like using glue with stretch cord and, you know, glue in the knot and putting it in your bead, because I bought a lot of beads secondhand and I have so many that are just destroyed and I can't clean the holes out. And you know, eventually you will have to restring this unless you give it away. And there we go. Okay, it's perfectly hidden now. So I'm just going to cut my two ends. Okay, this side. That's hidden. Can't see it at all. And now knot this off. So to knot this off, I'm going to go through this 11-0. Then I'm going to take the monofilament and go in front of this fire polish. Come down. Pull my thread here. Pass through this 2 times. Bring that knot down. And pass through the fire polish. And while I'm at it, if I can, go through the seed bead that's in front of it. Okay. Go down, catch this thread right here, tie another knot in front of this bicone, pass that twice, bring that knot down, pass through the bicone, and I have to get through those 3 seed beads. But I'm going to stop here and go to this side, because see how it's getting loose over there? That means I have to pull this side, see, it gets tight. Again, go through that seed bead. Okay, tie a knot here, and pull that again. Go around here, make a loop, pass through it twice, bring this knot down to sit there, and through the fire polish and through the next seed bead. Come out in front of the bicone, because we have to tie another knot. And bend this so I can get through. Okay, so I'm going to tie another knot in this bicone, and I just go all the way down the side. I come out this one, cut my thread right here. I just tie knots in this bead, tie a knot in that bead, tie a knot in that bead. Don't tie knots in front of the seed beads. Cut both strings off, and you're all done. And you have this awesome stretch bracelet. It's so cool. And I do think that I could stack it with the other ones. So isn't that epic? I would like to try this with a round bead. Try it with different sizes of beads. A round flat bead is what I'm saying. Now this bead is oval flat, but you could probably also do this with like a huge pearl. Or just a completely round sphere. So a flat coin or like a sphere round bead. But yeah, there's so many options, so many possibilities. Play around with different sizes, play around with different shapes, and you guys will be able to make some really cool hugs and kisses stretch bracelets. This is it. I'm going to leave a link to the Softflex Peace and Love kit down there below in the description bar. I'm also going to leave a link to Softflex's entire website. I'm going to leave a link to Softflex's YouTube channel, and I recommend that if you do get the kit and you make these bracelets, go and check out the other tutorials on Softflex, because several people did tutorials on this Peace and Love kit. Go to Softflex YouTube channel, I'll have the link down there. Click on videos and read through the videos, and you'll see the Softflex kit that was the Peace and Love one, and the other projects that everybody else did, because everybody did something different. So this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and the kit opening. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me on my social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.